I was just like, okay. So I typed the letter up and I said, I should have my husband read it,
Mhm.
right? And go over it. So I sent it to him. Well, I didn't send it to him. I sent it to my boss.
Welcome to the Visibility Room, on air and off script. Hey, everybody, it's Karyl Morris from the Image Impact Group and the Visibility Room, on air and off script. And I am already cracking up because Canetha Amour-Porter is here with me. And I don't know if we're taking this day so seriously, but I love it so far.
Right? We have to laugh every day, right?
Absolutely. So, Canetha, thank you for joining me, first of all.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what you are doing now, because your story is full and I can't wait to dig in.
No,
But
thanks.
start with the Amour Method, if you would.
Okay, so
Yeah.
do you want to say who I am, what I do?
Yeah.
Okay, so my name is Canetha Amour-Porter. I am a wife, a mother of 5, soon to be 6 because my son's getting married this year.
Aw.
I'm excited about that. And then I am a dog mom to T'Challa. So that's the most, and I'm a child of God. So those are like the really important things. That's like
Yeah.
first and foremost. Okay, and then outside of that,
Yeah. Then there's
I
business.
just do, a little something on the side. Well, I created the Amour Women, which is the ecosystem for women to come together, build community, grow their businesses,
Yeah.
and cheerlead for each other, right? And so the Amour Method is what I guess God has taught me throughout my many, many years. I turned 50 last year, and life just be life, and you have to learn all of these lessons to be able to become better. Well, you have to choose that you want to become better.
Yes.
That's the first thing. And I wanted to not end where I began. And so I was very intentional about learning and growing. So Amour Method is actually years of learning, making mistakes, failing, getting back up, learning again, doing. And so what I realized to be healthy, and so, we chase after money in business, right? Because we need to pay our bills. And we want to have a decent life, but that's not everything. So I've had many businesses. Chasing after money was what I thought what it was about, of course, in helping people, because I have a heart to help.
Yeah.
But then you're so empty. So if you don't have healthy relationships, if you don't have a healthy relationship with God or whoever, your ultimate power is, but Jesus Christ for me. And then if you're not healthy physically,
Yeah.
right? Financially and mentally. And so we miss a lot of those pieces.
Yeah.
And I want to make sure that that's what we teach. So we teach not only how to grow in your business and give you the tools,
Yeah.
but we also make sure personally that you have everything you need to succeed.
Oh, I love that. And we're going to talk more about the space you've created and
you.
why you've created that space. But first,
Okay.
I
let's
have
see.
some questions for you, my friend.
Ooh.
What first impression do you want to have people to have of you?
Warmth.
Warmth.
I want them to feel like they're talking to someone they've known for years.
Oh, I like that so much. And I can honestly say that's how I feel, which is why we were laughing when we started this.
Yeah. Yes.
And I if I don't know the answer to this next question, I have not been listening well. What's your favorite way to connect with people, in person or digitally?
Oh my. In person, definitely. I cringe. I'm like, oh, a Zoom meeting.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it has its purpose, and it was perfect for, when we were in COVID, but there's nothing like a one-on-one in-person feel. So that's what I prefer.
Yes. And by the way, everybody, that's a little lead up to what we'll be talking about here in a minute.
Okay.
And what builds credibility faster, do you think? Expertise, presence, or consistency?
So I think it's it's a little bit of both, or all three.
Yeah.
you have to have the consistency to become the expert, right? And a lot of times people don't see the consistency part. They see when you pop up one day and they're like, oh my goodness. I'm like, girl, I've been doing this for 20 years.
Right.
You know what
exactly.
I mean? So I think it all plays, but what people usually see is the expert part of it. And they don't see the background of the consistent work. And what was the second thing?
Presence.
Oh, and then your consistent presence and showing up in different ways. So I think those is a lead up to the expert.
Yes, I 100% agree. And what's the biggest trust killer you see?
Trust killer, not living what you're preaching or what you're teaching.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's a lot of us out here
Yeah.
that wants to tell other people what to do, but we're not doing it. And if I'm not going to tell anybody else to do anything that I have not done or I'm continuously doing.
Interesting. I bet there's a lot of people right now going, oh, oi.
I mean,
Yeah, you can get this for just doing that.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So
All right. What's one leadership lesson that's stuck with you?
I think allow yourself to be vulnerable. I come from a place of trust and I come from a place of vulnerability. And I try to, people took my vulnerability as weaknesses or they took advantage of it, I tried to shut that part off of me and like, oh, no one's going to ever take advantage of me again. Right.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to be kind of cold and that didn't last, but I had to learn. Didn't last long, but I had to learn to. I can still be vulnerable without giving away too much. I can still guard my heart.
Yeah.
And then when I see that things are not in line, then I can cut it off gracefully.
I like that. Yeah. And it's staying tuned and in tune with who you are and what your overall goal is.
Yes.
And I think that's incredibly important. And that is what you teach and what you support people on now as well, is being able to be really centered in who they are on different levels. And you've created this amazing space in Troy, Michigan. We are in Detroit for those of you listening
And
outside.
so this is huge coming from her because her space is simply amazing as well.
Oh,
so
thank
if
you.
you haven't come, you have to come. Yes.
Well, and thank you for that. And I love that we both have this need, first of all, to be with people and to bring people into our space and to create something special within that space. And we do it not the same, but different and complementary, which I think is really cool.
Yeah.
And for you, it's Amour Woman, and it is a luxury co-working space in Troy.
Yes.
Walk us through how this even got started, because that is not something you wake up one day and say, hey, I'm going to go rent out this gorgeous space and fill it up with women. Or is it?
No, not at all. So we just had a segment done on us on Channel 2 yesterday, and a lady made a post, Michelle. She said, Canetha, oh my goodness, I remember when you had a little booth with your skincare at Freddy's. Freddy's is a local bar. And when she said that, I said, oh my goodness. And so I sat there and I thought, like, that Canetha then just wanted to get her products in stores.
Yeah.
Right? That's all. Like, that was the epitome of being like one of the best sellers in Target and, Myers and like all the places and maybe Macy's, right?
Yeah,
That was what I was aspiring to. But one of the things I love is that when you allow God to lead your life, he will take you in directions you never would have thought of. So and that was less than 10 years ago. So from 10 years ago, I'm making products in my home and selling them. And then I'm here. So long story short, in 2020, I saw women business owners were struggling the most because we were taking care of everyone else. We were making sure our significant others, if we had one, was taken care of and figuring out their work situation, our kids, if they had them. My audience are the matriarchs of their families. Okay. So it doesn't mean that they're the oldest. So ladies, calm down. But it means that they're the ones that everyone comes to, right? And so they're taking care of the parents, the in-laws, the aunts and uncles who don't have children, right? And so they're doing all this. Then they're making sure they're doing what they need to do for their business.
Yeah.
But they don't have a time to figure out, how they feel, what they're concerned about, and to take care of themselves. And I saw that need in 2020. I already had a business, and I'm like, oh yeah, let me go ahead and start another business to support women.
Because why not?
Because why not? As everything I'm listing, I'm doing. And then I'm like, well, let me help other women. So that's when Amour Women started. And it's just been growing from there. And we've had all types of events and different venues. And it got to a point where I was like, okay, we need to stop trying to find other places. We need our own place.
Yes.
I was looking at all these different places, and they would say no and no and no. And, and I wouldn't get discouraged. I'm like, we're going to find a place that's best suited for us.
Yeah.
And maybe, that maybe happened for about a year or so, a year and a half. And my girlfriend one day was like, hey, come check out my place. I was bringing her something to her job.
Yeah.
Come check out my building's so cool. Da, 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 da. And so we go in and she showed me, I'm like, oh my goodness, I love this place. And she was like, you should have Amour women in here. And I'm like, girl, I can't afford anything in here. And that's what started it. It took me about a year to get into the building, and we're about to celebrate our first year in May. So
oh my gosh.
It's I would have never thought that I would be here today.
Yeah.
And 10 years from now, I'm going to be in a place where I would have never thought today I would be in, right? So
that is amazing. And, congratulations, first of all. Fantastic. It's funny because I just got a notification the other day. Oh, it's almost your 10-year anniversary from Facebook. And I thought, oh my gosh, really? I had no idea. You just go about your business.
Yes.
And I can so relate because I would not be here, first of all, if it wasn't for a group of women that I was able to connect with and share dreams with. And same thing, I was taking clients all over the place. I remember a client came in from Ohio and we did our strategy sessions in Northville at a co-working space.
Okay.
We shopped in Novi. We did hair and makeup back in Northville. We drove to Warren for photos, and then back to Farmington for video. So it was over the course of 2 days. But can you imagine? And she was game. She was all for it. We had a great time doing it, but it was so much.
But when you threw that Warren in there, I was like, oh, wait a second.
Right? Because we had to go to, Michelle, who's still now she's our in-studio photographer, right? But she had a studio in Warren. So we were just crisscrossing Michigan trying to get everything done. And I thought, boy, if I could just do everything under one roof, how much time would that save?
Yes.
And how much more fun would it be for all of us? So
exactly.
I hear you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Our stories are so similar. I love that. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yes.
So obviously not obviously, but from conversations we had, I know that you were in corporate for some time then you transitioned out. Now, when you transitioned out, was that when you had Freddy's? And by the way, that's a LinkedIn article. You guys can all read it because I was just reading it before you got here.
Thanks. So I'll tell you a funny story. So I was managing a store and it was just too much. And my husband was already saying like, hey, because the kids were older. So now I feel like, I always work sales or things that I had flexibility.
Okay.
And, I was able to make good money, but I was tired of sales, right? At a point, well, some people don't, but I got to a point where I was tired of it. But I was just like, I'm going to write this resignation letter, right? And I'm just going to sit it to the side for when I'm ready, right? But I know my husband's already telling me I should find something. He says he doesn't even care if it's half the salary because someone needs to be more present with the kids.
Yeah.
Because they were like, I think at the time, like 11 to 17, something like that.
Yeah.
And we have 5 children.
And 5 of them.
Yeah. So I was just like, okay. So I typed the letter up and I said, I should have my husband read it, right? And go over it. So I send it to him. Well, I didn't send it to him. I sent it to my boss. I know, right? And
oh no.
I'm like, so I go up on my business. I didn't know right away. That's the crazy part. I didn't know right away. So I'm going about my business and I'm like, he didn't respond to me. Like, that's weird.
Oh,
Usually he's on it. And I'm like, oh my goodness. And so my boss calls me, Canetha, oh my goodness, you know that, because we had a great relationship. And he was like, what is this? And then I'm like, da da da, blah, blah, blah. But that wasn't, but it's so funny. And I see God's hand in this because everywhere I worked, I had great relationships with the management team or the executive team. And he was our regional. And we had a great relationship. So I thought he was going to laugh it off and be like, come on now. Like I can tell him the
Yeah.
story. He's like, you can't go anywhere. Cause he constantly was telling me I can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Right. But then he was like, you know what? If this is how you feel, then fine. I'm going to accept it.
Oh,
So
wow.
then I had to tell my husband that I quit my job by mistake.
How did that go over?
Fun times.
Yeah.
But I was already making this cream. I had made this cream for years, ever since my kids were little, and I was making it. I had so many testimonials about how it was healing people's skin and everything. And I said, I might as well just sell this. Right.
Yeah.
And that's how I started my business, by accidentally quitting my job.
Oh my gosh. Well, you know what? Things happen for a reason.
It does.
And thankfully it was one that brought you here.
I know, right? I need to talk to my husband about that later today. Remember when?
Yeah, remember when I accidentally quit? We didn't have any money anymore? No.
Right?
So when you look back at everything that's happening now, and I know it's been over the course of many years to get to here, but what do you feel is the most fulfilling thing about Amour Women for you personally? Not, we know how it affects your audience and the people that come to visit, but what about you personally?
I will tell you, it's always the same thing. It's the stories, or it's women telling me like, oh my goodness, you listened to me, you heard me, the training that you did changed my life, or that, because entrepreneurship is hard.
Yes,
right.
It is.
And so we have hard days, and it seems like God gives me like a little wink every time. Like I'm having a hard day, and then out of the blue, somebody will message me or call me or send me something that says that. And it's like, okay, I'm doing what you want me to do.
Yes.
Okay. And I'm able to say, okay, let's keep on going. Right. There's no quitting this, because this is my life's mission.
Right.
To help women connect, help them to be able to know that they deserve more. Right. And that there's a way to get it. They see us now and they're like, oh my goodness, Karyl and Canetha. Yeah. No, we weren't this 10, 20, 30 years ago. No. We had to build to this. And so can they.
Yeah. And I love, and I need to actually get on the bandwagon with you at your facility. I love that it's not just about building the business. It's about building who you are as a person, as a woman, as a leader of your family or a leader of your business. Yeah. I just think that's really special, because not everybody does that.
Well, when we help build the woman better so she can build her business better. Yeah. Right. And so who wants to have bad marriages, but killing it in business? Right. Yeah. So, or not good relationships. That's another thing too. One of my mentors always told me is that you have to be very careful who you choose as a mentor, who you listen to, because this person can be giving you great tools and tips and says, you can make this amount of money doing this, and that. Yeah. But how did they get it? Right. Did they get it by neglecting their family, not having good relationships? Yeah. Are they isolated? Yeah. That's okay if that's what you want. Right. Or if you're an isolating person and that fits you, perfect. But if you're not and you want something more, you need to find a mentor or coach who has the same values that you have. Yeah.
And sometimes it's finding somebody that's been through a similar situation that you've been through as well. Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah. I love it.
Very true.
All right. We are going to the magic bowl. Are you ready?
Ooh. I like anything about a bowl and some questions.
I thought you were going to say some snacks. I'm like, well, you're going to be very disappointed. All right. So in my bowl are some questions that might be about Detroit, because here we sit in this beautiful city that we live in. Okay. Or there might be some questions where we're going to dig deep, or there might be some that are just completely off script and irrelevant.
All right, so I get to pick. I'm going to close my eyes.
All right, and then you can hand it
in the bowl.
Yep. And I say this every time. You can hand it to me because I have chicken scratch / doctor handwriting. All right.
Let's say doctor handwriting.
Okay, we'll call it that. Ooh. When it comes to Detroit, what's something that outsiders miss?
I would say, I feel like Detroiters miss and outsiders get. Oh. I'm going to flip it. Oh. Because I've learned so many things about Detroit from outsiders because they do their research. Than I didn't know. Yeah. Right? Yeah. And so, there's so many. So there were so many, like Picture Rock. I didn't even know existed.
In the UP.
And the UP, right?
Yes.
So about Detroit, I would say there is a tour. There's a tour company that goes around and does these amazing tours about the history of Detroit. Why I cannot remember the name of the tour company is, I'm so sorry. But they had the Bad Girls of Detroit bus tour, and me and my girlfriend took it. It was simply
fun.
amazing. And they took us all around Detroit telling us all these different things. So I would have known that unless somebody that didn't live here told me
you
that.
about it. Yeah. And that's so true, right? Because when you're living in it, you just take things for granted.
Right.
You just take it for granted. Oh yeah, it's there. But what's there is so incredibly amazing. Like our architecture.
So that's another thing
on.
too. I am a big junkie with architecture. And so I do tours. So like the Fisher Building tour and all those things. I absolutely love that. So if you like that, then look, you could be our architecture bestie.
Okay. Oh, I like that. All right. I'm all in.
All right,
you
that's
heard it.
awesome.
You heard it. All right. Let's do another one.
Okay. Let's see. Okay.
Okay. Oh, I'm going to wrap myself in a cord here. That's not good. All right.
No.
Ooh. Wow. We kind of already talked about this, but maybe there's something completely different that doesn't have to do with Amour woman. A risk that paid off.
Marrying my husband again.
Oh, again. Oh, do tell.
Do tell. So we were these young kids. So no.
What's fun time?
But yeah, we got together. We were when we got together, we were a blended family.
Okay.
He came with one, I came with two, and then we had two together.
Okay.
Right. And so both of us were young. We got married young and we got divorced young. Right. And so when we got together, it was great until it wasn't great. Like we were really good friends, but we didn't know how to deal with conflict. And it wasn't even crazy conflict. Like it was just
Interesting.
like, oh, I don't have to deal with that. Because once you divorce once, it's like, oh, I don't have to deal with that. You're compromising. A tool is not the same, right? And so, but we ended up getting divorced. And it's so funny because when we were getting divorced, the judge was like, I've never seen two people. He was like, why are you here? And we're looking like, you should know. It's right in front of you. But he says, I never seen two people get along as well as you do that's getting a divorce.
Oh.
And even afterwards, my husband, well, then it was my ex-husband, was like, hey, you want to go get brunch? And I was like, oh, I would love to, but I have some other things to do. Right. So we had a great relationship, especially. And so we were divorced for 6 years. Great co-parenting relationship. But in those 6 years, we were able to heal from our first divorces and everything. And then we were able to find ourselves back, which I said I would never move back to Michigan. And then when we first got divorced, my friends were like, you guys should get back together. And I was like, that would never happen. So be careful about saying never. So yes, I'm remarried to him and I'm back in Michigan.
Wow. Where were you before?
Maryland.
Okay. Well, I think that's a beautiful story.
Thank you.
Good for you guys.
Yes.
That's awesome. And it's nice to have that family back together.
Oh yeah, it is.
Absolutely. All right, let's do one more. I got a
Okay.
little drinky drink.
Ooh, let's see. All right. I'll give you that one.
All right, let's see. Ooh, a hill you'll die on. What's something that you believe firmly and no one's going to talk you off?
My relationship with Jesus Christ.
All right.
Yep. My faith is everything. I have been through a lot in life, and I don't even know how I see God's hand in everything.
Yeah.
That He's allowed me to go through, good or bad.
Right.
And that is one thing that's a hill I'll die on. Yep.
I love that. And it's nice to feel something else, some other power other than just going through life hoping.
Or by yourself, alone, right?
Yeah.
And I know, many people, if you see me on the streets driving and I'm not singing, but it looks like I'm talking to myself, so a lot of times I'm talking to God like, okay, God, da, 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 blah, blah. I have, consistent conversation, especially in hard times. But, I understand how people can go to like drugs and alcohol and all these things because life is so difficult, but He's always by my side. He's never forsaken me. And so that's my heart.
Yeah. Near and dear. All right. I'm going to flip it back to Amour because when we sat down, we were talking about all the different cool things that are happening. There are events and more events and cool things and cool opportunities. So, tell me, one of the things that I was asking you about is meet your business bestie. And you said you're going to do this quarterly, which I think is really, really cool.
Thank you.
Why business bestie? What does that mean to you, and how does somebody get involved?
So I feel women need to have a space where they can feel safe enough to meet other women, right? So, how many times in the last 6 months or a year have you said, oh, I wish I had somebody to do this with,
Yeah.
or I wish I had somebody to work out with. It's so important for the different women we bring in our lives. And there is a point where I used to put the wrong expectations on everyone, because I felt like everybody should be my bestie and my everything.
Yeah.
Well, no, God didn't create us like that. But you can have friends just for specific things, and you need to incorporate them in our lives. We weren't meant to be doing life alone. We were meant to do it in community. So the amazing women in my life has gotten me to where I am, and it's fulfilled my life. And so I want more women to experience that. Yeah. And so, we're having Meet Your Business Bestie tomorrow, but we're also going to have it quarterly. Yeah. And it's going to be so much fun. Like, I'm so excited. This is one of the events that I am like super, super excited about, because I know not only will we have fun tomorrow night, but it's going to change women's lives forever by them allowing new women to come into their lives. Yes. So I'm excited about that. And then we have a women's only book fair coming out soon. That's going to be in the month of May. And then, of course, we have the Lioness Circle, which is a cohort for women business owners. And we just added the Lioness Lab. Oh. So if they're new business owners and they need direction, help, community, that's what we are all about. So, yeah.
Oh my gosh. So many opportunities, so many great opportunities. The fact that you're located in Troy, which is, really
Somerset.
By Somerset Collection.
Mall.
So if you are here in Michigan, you know exactly where that is.
Yes.
And that's funny, because I think when I went to see you last time,
did you go shopping after?
I was so close. I was so close. I'm like, you go home and you've got things to do. You do not need to go in that mall, because it is glorious.
I tell women all the time when they get, a space with us, I'm like, look, tell your husband it's not my fault if the shopping bill goes up. It's not my fault.
Before we sign off, I do want you to talk about the space just a little bit, because it's not like you go in and you go to this little cubicle and you sit there. Oh no. It's
amazing. So it's community based. If you're looking for a community, this is your space. Yeah. But we have offices, we have dedicated desks, we have drop-in spaces, we have a podcast room, creative room, and then we have 24-hour gym, yoga studio, nine hole putt off, a lunchroom that different restaurants come in, and then a game room, TV lounge, a pond with outdoor seating. I mean, it's just I wanted it to be
sleeping pods.
Yes, we have sleeping pods.
I think that's hilarious.
I know, right?
Go to work and took a nap.
Well, sometimes you just need a power nap, right? But one of the things I love is that we have 24-hour security, and all the parking is attached to the building. So you don't have to go down the street, around the corner, and to a parking structure. So
I love that. Yeah. Well, Canetha, thank you so much again for spending some time with me and sharing your story, because it is inspirational. You are inspirational.
Thank you.
And
thank you.
Yeah, thank you. As a woman in business, thank you for what you do and for what you're providing for people who, whether they're just getting started or are seasoned, and sometimes just need that boost to get to that next height. So thank you.
No, and thank you for all the things that you do. And you're giving women a platform to be able to show who they are and to be able to shine. So thank you.
Goodness. Well, cheers.
Cheers. Thank you.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for spending some time with us. Go ahead and like and follow, and reach out to Canetha. You will not be sorry. We'll talk to you again. Bye-bye.